Good morning. Just adjust the height of this chair that I'm in. Good morning. It's Wednesday, 15th of September. 8 a.m. movement snack in about 5 minutes. Here we are again. It's difficult to know what to say really every morning when we've been here for almost 18 months. Next week, 23rd of the month is Make Movement Your Mission versary. Month-versary, if there is such a word. 18 months next week. I don't know what day that is. Maybe 15th today, is it? Checking at my calendar. Morning DS. I'm just checking out when the 23rd is next week, Dawn. Thursday. Month-versary next Thursday. It's another school day. Got my crayons, Dawn, and my pencils under there somewhere. I didn't actually have one of those at school, or did I? Maybe in play school I had one of those. Can't remember. Just me and you at the minute, Dawn. No, complete lie. There's other people here. At least I wasn't late for school today, Dawn. Hey, Jane. Morning. Great to have you live. I know it's few and far between when we get you live, Jane, but it's great to have you. And thank you for the wave, and thank you for all your check-ins and catch-ups. We do seize them and notice, and we love to read when you're catching up what you're getting up to. Mum's in. All right, Mum. I'll see you next week. A few days, is it? Something like that. Is my chair clear? There is beautiful sun here today. I'm on the move again today. Keep saying hello, folks. I'll interrupt my own preamble because I much prefer yours. Hiya, Carolyn. Great to have you. Thanks for saying hello, Stackers and Becks. Carol Elliott is in. Half the collective. Is your sister going to roll in about three and a half minutes, Carol? Yeah, keep them coming. I'm on the move again today. Final day. Heading across to St. Bees. And then meeting up with a colleague tonight in preparation for a whole face-to-face of workday tomorrow, actually. So a fair bit of prep been going on in these days, but it's all going to come together tomorrow. Love it when a plan comes together. How are we doing for time? 2 minutes to go. Headlines from you, please. That's pretty much my day. Morning, Miss P. What's it like in Port Talbot? Anyway, glorious sunshine here in, I think I'm in Cumwhitton. I think that's where I am. If my sister's watching, she'll correct me. Brampton-ish, but more like Cumwhitton, I think. Kelsey. Is it a salamander? Lizard, gecko. I'm guessing they're all in the same family tree. He's nice, isn't he? I think we're there. 2 minutes to go. Tomorrow, actually, because of the work day tomorrow. I think you've got Dave on a double whammy tomorrow, Kels. Is that right? Or is it you? Can't remember. So I'll miss you tomorrow. Various things going on, but I'm back with you on Friday, I think, for a double whammy. Can't remember. Dave, Kels and I have a huddle over WhatsApp on a Sunday night and go, what's going on next week? And then there's this whole range of messages where we're saying what we're doing, and we hatch a plan, don't we, Kels? I don't know about you, but in a blink of an eye, I forget all that, and I have to keep going back to our plan that we've written down. Are you ready for the action, Sandra? Little less conversation and a little more action. I won't burst into song. Don't worry about that. Who else? Gillian with a G. Maddie's in. Morning, Maddie. Sandra, we're having a huddle soon, next week, I think we said, because you're up the road from my mum. Did we say the 20th at some point? We've got to get time for that. Gloria, love seeing you on my phone. Great to have you back. Welcome back. Well done for your catch up so far. I have cited your comments and what you've been up to, and you found us, and thanks for your perseverance, because sometimes we kind of hide in the jumble of Facebook news feed. So big welcome back to you, Gloria. We love seeing you on our phones. Here she is, Sheila. I know you'd be in at some point. Not carried away chatting in an hour, nearly late. Right, that's me. I think we're there. On that note, 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everyone. Bex Townley, later live training. 8 a.m. movement snack. Let's get it on. There's another song there. Have a look at your RER. Clear floor surfaces. Are you wearing shoes, slippers? I'm in socks today. I'm on carpet, so I'm all grippy and comfortable. Make the right decision for you. Morning, Pat. Circulation boosting to start. Sit or stand options. And you may decide to switch between sit and stand throughout this movement slack. So make that decision for you. Have some external support close to hand. I've got a fixed wardrobe here. I've got me fixed desk end here, and I've got the chair here. So decide where you're going to start. I'll start prompts in stand and then come down to sit, and I'll just switch between the two, knowing that you'll be making the right decision for you. Here we go. Hip width apart in stand, not too wide, not too narrow. Don't do anything until you feel steady, stable, comfortable, active in the middle, shoulders on a pinch, and then get going. Get going. Start steady, stay steady. Gradual, gradual. This first round of Circ Boost, just start steady, and it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't build, it doesn't get bigger. It just becomes more mindful, perhaps, of what's going on in your centerpiece. Are you here? Are you here? Are you here? As active as you comfortably can, using external supports, using the ankles, feet and toes, no flat feet going on here, and then build in the other moving parts. You might want to switch between supports like so. The support might be in front of you here, or you may be freely standing. Just this, steady, rhythmical. Any combination of arms, legs, or separates might even be here. Continue. Just keep that ticking over while I'll give you the seated prompts if you would like them. Into active sits, forward and away from the back of the chair. Your legs, feet may be involved. Anchor those if that's the case. If you're on your feet at any point in the day, hip walk forward. This is going to give you more leg room now to involve the legs for Circ Boost. Plus it's also rehearsal for our sit to stand movement. So in sit, you may prefer to start from the bottom up, or you may prefer to start from the top down. It doesn't really matter. It's whatever is comfortable for you. It's the rhythmical nature of this movement that we're after. Have you got bend in elbow? That greatly enables more freer movement and control of the arms. If legs are involved, you might want to bring those feet back a little bit so you can get a little bit more push up through the feet. The feet drive this chair march, and then when you're comfortable, you can go for the low lift off at the toes. Can you see there? So I've got a toe point down, the knees are low. I have got a little bit more work now going on in hips. Build it as you see fit and comfortable. Is that happening for you? It's genuinely happening for me. So this little tickety-boo movement, keep it going. And what we've done is gradually, we've taken the intensity dial from heart and lungs and gradually just notched it up from resty resty state to light intensity. There we can enjoy comfortable, deeper breaths. That is all we want from the Circ Boost, plus the moving parts and supporting parts. Right, that means we're ready for a little bit more focused movement. These movements are already in your day. Many of them have already been in your night. So let's maintain and keep those movements moving freely for you. Here we go. First one is a raise and a lower. Couple of those, straight up, straight down. Focus on the all the way down, down, down. And then as soon as you're ready, go for the full roll, as it were. In sit, that might involve a little bit of glide with the hands, or the arms might be out of the equation. In stand, external support, it might look like this. Feel free to move those hands around that support if that's comfortable. It's the kind of circular movement here that's going to bring in many more moving parts, many more muscles, and we need all of these kinds of movements for any activity: reach, grab, wash, dress, bend. We need the shoulder blades and the shoulders and the trunk all moving together. And that backward direction also opposes our forward flex positions, helps with balance, helps with arms movements, helps with breathing. A little less conversation, a little bit more action, says Elvis. So I'll move on. Here we go. 2 movements here from the neck. I'm only on my knees so you can see what's going on a little bit closer. Have a sit or have a stand with some external support. Get everything fixed and stable and working for you, and then go for that slow head turn, return. Pause in the middle. Are you feeling okay? All is good? Feel your way around the other one. Does that feel equal both sides? Are you aware that there's some improvement to be had? The pause here is significant. Slow, feel your way around that whole movement, and as that head turns, everything else is still. Head movements or the position of the head greatly supports our balance in standing and seated positions, and any task we're doing. The head is very heavy, so it can tend to come forwards or jut forwards and bring that posture down. So we want the posture and the head freely moving there. The third movement is this one, easing back. And again, I always just intuitively give myself a little cue here that lets me feel that I am pressing away from that fixed point and returning to it. So that may work for you, it may not. It might be there. If it just personally feels odd for me to do it without that reference point. But can you see and feel how those shoulder movements, the head turns, and this head position here, this movement is all to move the neck, feel we can move the neck more freely for everyday life, to see where we're going, to glance over our shoulder, to have an upright posture, all of those things. So that's your 3 of the top trio. Quality movement, slow, mindful. We're on second round of circuit boost. Pick it up where you left off. Where do you want to be? Where was it? Doesn't go anywhere. We're just keeping in the heart rate, if you like, ticking over. And if you just imagine, I don't know about you, visualize all the blood just kind of flowing more freely. Maybe I'm visualizing it as a tranquil stream, an active, ripply stream flowing around the body. And that's what movement does. It increases the circulation. It gets all of your body's physiology springing into action. That's where all the benefits come from. Comfortable, doable. If you're in sit, you might be here, you might be here. This one brings in a little bit more trunk movement, which leads us to the trunk trio. Okay, that's your second flurry. Just to remind, of course, the pit stops are important too. We can't be in active positions all the time. The switch off allows rest, recovery, and then we build and go again. And that's how we kind of learn and build stamina over time. We got a side bend, a turn and an extend. These trunk movements are already in your day. They've already been in your night as well for comfort adjustments in bed at night. Let's have a look in a little bit more detail. In sit, anchor the feet if they're involved, anchor the buttocks, equal weight. Active through the middle. You might want some support on the arm of the chair or on the legs. Start small and get comfortably bigger. So there's the small bend and return. If you feel confident with that, alternating these folks, you can start to creep down a little bit lower, and you're looking to feel that you can get to that lower position and the return position comfortably and confidently. So there's the reach down and return. Do have a check. It's just downwards. Just imagine that you can't move forwards or back. There's a definite sideways squeeze. So there's all the movement there in the trunk. Keep the buttocks anchored to the chair. In stand, now we've got the legs to consider. So we're keeping the weight even across the feet. Widey feet. If I turn front on so you can see what's going on, but if you know the external support is important, it's going to be in front to the front of you here. So there's your sideways view, straight down the seams of your cut-offs. Here's the front view. Can you see nothing else moves? Nothing around the hips. I've got my knees slightly bent, acting as my nature's suspension there. Can you see it's down and back? We're not staying down there. We're coming back up into the middle, more activity through the centre, and then return. Step out of that at any time, have a switch off, and now re-establish your best possible support position for the trunk turn. So turning, rotating, twisting, whatever you want to call it. In sit again. If feet are involved, legs are involved, slightly wider. So if you find that you're sat like this on any of these trunk movements, get your feet a little bit wider. Give yourself a real good strong base of support. Now anchor the buttocks and turn and return. Pause in the middle. Are you breathing? Please keep breathing. Lift and extend, turn and return. And I'm purposefully showing this without arms to begin with, just to demonstrate actually that range of motion is relatively small. And if you imagine that you're turning to corners of the room, you'll feel this around, all the way around your middle bits here, and hopefully also in your buttocks to anchor the sit. No drifting, no shifting up from the hips. In stand, if I'll give you a back end view there, wide, 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 there. Never come to the front. The idea in stand, or the aim in stand, is to get as much movement from your middle bit so the hips aren't invited, so it's there. So if you feel you start get a bit of drifty round, make the movement smaller. Can you move just the trunk with nothing happening down in your support? If you're in a kitchen, a sideboard surface is great. If you're in a bedroom, as I am here, you can slide your hand across the built-in wardrobes like so. So it's all about your middle bits. As many extra steps as you need, as much freestyling as you want, just little movements. Just get your fidget on in the morning to get everything going. Get your fidget on. Third movement is your back extension. Here you are in stand. So sideways on, there. Your natural suspension is on again, just to get active in your thighs all the time. The knees a little bent. You're going to have extra muscle activity in your thighs here. There's the back extension. It might help again as a reference point, if comfortable, hand as if in your back pocket, or just flip it here. That will make it more comfortable for shoulders. There, it kind of gives you an anchor to move away from, kind of that lift and shift. So imagine you got I haven't got one on today, a logo on your t-shirt, and the logo is lifting and shifting. It's all coming from this torso bit. Very little movement in the head. The gaze stays forward. We're not looking up. I'm here, as if you were reaching up to a higher level. That's really where this movement comes into play, as part of upright postures and getting to high shelves, for example. In sit's the same. I think in sit, we all will need to move and be in different positions in the chair. I think the biggest reference point here is, again, that your buttocks are anchored. There's no backward lean, there's no shift, there's no weight shift or change around your buttocks. It's kind of there, and it might feel very small, but it's so significant. And we're looking to extend and open, as opposed to in our day and in lives, flex and bend. We do need to flex and bend, of course we do. The point is, are we spending a disproportionate time in flex and bend in comparison to extend and open? Anyway, a little less conversation and a little bit more action. Let's move on. Third round cert boost. Where do you want to be? Here in sit, could be legs and arms. It could be all in together, or it could be separates. Slower, bigger. You might want to offer one arm a little bit more support to guide it back. In stand, you might want to randomize it a bit. You could put in a few change of direction through the hips, just a couple, bit of toe point, extra foot going on there. You might want to put in some double taps, randomize, get your fidget on, all those things. Extra movement now, ankles, feet and toes. So if in stand, give yourself a really good toe hinge raise. Leave your toes, your balls of the feet behind. You need this movement here in order to comfortably stride and walk. It's why we make such a big deal about feet. And you can still do that in sit. You may be in sit for a whole host of reasons. In sit removes the balance challenge if indeed you are working towards feeling more confident on your feet. So you can spend some real quality time with your toe hinges there and your toes. But we also need ankles. In sit, you've got two options. Have a hip walk back. If legs and ankles, feet and toes are not in your day, go back round the upper body once again. For now, here's your toe lift and your toe push. Can you see this is the movement used in walking? We pick up the toes to stride. We roll through the foot to land. Steps, slopes, uneven surfaces all require the whole of the foot to help us feel steady and confident. Extra toe splay wherever you want. You get some toe creeps going on as well, toe scrunches, get your toes going on. Have a hip walk forward. Here's the other option in sit. You might want to put arms on chair. It can actually feel quite challenging to lift the knee and keep the posture lifted. If you start to feel that as you do this one, you come into a bit of a slump, put in some extra assist there, or arms on the chair, and kind of really also try to keep that the trunk lifted. If that feels a little bit too effortful in the hips there, go back to the previous example. 4 or 5 in each, and then in sit you might want to rehearse the placement of the feet. Bring all those movements together with your trunk and your hip hinge there, and we start to feel how movements come in a whole host of packages across our day. They all happen at once. So bit by bit, if we can be more mindful of each one, that whole approach to movement is going to feel more easier. Here's your stand ankles, sorry. A little less conversation, a little bit more action. There. Have a glance down, see what's going on. Use external support here. Stick your hands on something firm and fixed. We're not looking to challenge balance. We're looking to make the most of that and that. Can you get your toe where the heel is? If you're drifting forwards or drifting back, that wasn't the brief. Did you not get that? The memo says heel where the toe is. And external support, the hip there, the supporting hip. Make sure you haven't gone into a cocky hip stance. Lift and lengthen. So you've got loads of good stuff going on in that supporting leg as well. A bit on both sides. And as we did in sit, bring that all together with some deliberate bigger strides. Go for an extra push on the back end. Go for an extra squeeze, press through the hips on the front end. Maybe then come into a little bit of a trunk finale, shirt offs as I call these, as if you're taking off your shirt, but don't, of course. And some Bex hugs to finish. And just freestyling, a freestyling fidget, whatever you fancy. I think we should add a mandatory 30 seconds freestyle at the end of each 8 a.m. Lovely toe action you've got there. Thank you, Kelsey Leverton. Thank you very much. There we go. I hope I managed a little less conversation, a little bit more action. Can't help it, especially when we're up to 18 months. That's me done, folks. I'm off for coffee, off to St. Bees. I won't see you tomorrow. I will see you on Friday for a double, I think. So Caus and Dave for the rest of the day. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow, folks. Hello, Ian. Thanks, Maddie. Thanks, Gloria. Thank you, Sandra. Good day, folks. Red Rita. All right. So from me and Salamander, thank you, Kelsey. See you tomorrow. All right, Lorraine. Bye for now. Hello, Pat. Bye.